Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Scourge League 3.16. In this episode, we're going to do a Uber Blight. Big warning, this works most of the time, but not every time, because sometimes you get a map with a lot of lanes of stun immunity, and if your build has trouble killing the bosses by itself, then, well, the strategy will not carry you. It's not foolproof, but it is basically the strongest strategy out there for doing Uber Blight, and the fact that any build can basically do Uber Blight if they get lucky is absolute insanity. And so I want to share this with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. But no, it's not 100% foolproof. Okay, so for Uber Blight, we're going to want these two ring anoints. We're going to want Azure Sepia for empowering tower effect. We want it to have increased effect. And then the other one, we're going to be doing Black Oil Verdant, and that's an empowering tower range, and this gives the increased range. So we are basically buffing up the empowering tower, and this whole thing is the empowering tower. And then it's because no single tower spammed can carry the Uber Blight. You need to use a combination of towers, and therefore there's no single ring anoint that can buff all the towers except for empowering tower, which buffs up all the towers. So range and effect, and then you have to use a combination of towers. So then next thing, we do triple clear for the reduced move speed, because they actually have more increased monster move speed. You'll see a weird thing interact with how it gives you move speed after when you have the reduced. Then we have the Sepia, more tower damage, and then we have the reduced building cost of towers, and then I'm going to make it magic because we can get some extra quant, and it doesn't add any difficulty. Use the sacrifice fragments for extra 5% quant per. This is an extra 20 quant. So it's 30 quant, 50 quant, and then I have the awakening bonus objectives of 118, so 29% increased effect of that. So hopefully it should be a little bit more than 50. We got 60 quant. Pog. Okay, so this is Uber Blight. Welcome. We have lunaris, abberath for burning ground, but really we're gonna be able to AFK for a long time. But for now, okay, so I'm gonna start it off. How this works is, imagine I need to make like an empowering tower. Okay, I'm gonna use the timer, and I'm gonna explain this. So basically, an empowering tower, and you see the range. So now I can build a seismic here, and I build it on the outside. Don't upgrade these to 4, only 3. And then you do a freezing tower, okay? So this is the main, we're going to be doing freeze bolt, because it pierces and freezes, and it's insane, and you combine these two. And then now we can start, it doesn't matter, and then we can move up and find another spot where there's a combination of a few towers together. So I think I'd do an empowering here, and then I'd prepare to do this one as a seismic as well. So seismic actually does damage, I found out. It's not only the stun locking, it's also the damage. So then when you combine the freeze tower with it too, you're getting the freezing and the stunning. So then there's another thing to think about. Basically, this becomes really easy when there are no stun immune bosses. But if you have multiple, you automatically lose because you don't have the damage to kill them. Well, unless you can hold them there, block them yourself. Maybe use some towers to kill them, because you're not going to be able to kill them. Meteors are going to be your main DPS source. When you have them locked in place and they can't move, meteors towers are going to be insane. So you really only need 1 freeze, 1 seismic in each area, and then you can do some meteors. I've also seen some arc for spam enemies. It's for like grouping. You use arc because it can chain, so that'll clear out many enemies. The meteors for the boss. We actually do have damage, so it's kind of useful, right? We're not useless. Then I should go up here. So we have this combination. I could do meteor. So we've already completely covered. The thing is about our build, we can actually survive, and we can actually do damage, so we're not useless. And so I can build pretty close to the tower, the pump, and then I kind of just stun lock everything around me, and I don't have to worry about anything. It's kind of nice. That's not in range. I'm trying to look for another seismic. I upload daily. Please like and subscribe. That would be in range. I guess I'll do an empowering down here, and then this could be a seismic, and we need like an arc here now. There's a boss that's not getting stunned. Here's an example of how stupid this is. Double boss. We'll just pray that I'm holding him. No? Well, one... It's so insane when they're stun immune. But yeah, we do... Stay tuned till the second half of the video where I do another one and show you a really easy map layout. It's absolutely broken, and you could probably go find some cheap maps right now. Unempowering, and then we can do... I was going to do a seismic here, because that should cover everything. And then I can do this, start getting extra damage in here. We'll want an arc here, but I need an empowering to get the arc. Another stun immune boss. This is insane. Luckily, I'm not useless. Here, we might be able to kill him. Yep. See, that's the thing about actually having a build, though. It's kind of nice. Where, yeah, this isn't a foolproof strat. This is, I'm going to be putting huge fucking warnings on this, that this is heavily dependent on no stun immune bosses. And if you do, well, you're going to have to try to kill them, and it's pretty tough. I'm going to be honest. This is insane. Not easy. Uber Blight's insane. What would it take to actually do this with just your build and not using the towers? Fuck me, man. It's insane. Yeah. Do we have anything down here? They're just walking in. Okay, I'll make sure they don't get in, because that's just a lot of damage on my pump. Okay. I'm just looking at possible more towers. Okay. We could do this. An arc down here. Maybe this one has an arc. Those bosses are stunned, I think. We're only worried about the things that don't get stunned. Because pretty much if they get stun locked, they are stun locked. There's nowhere for them to go. They can't do anything. Yeah, that is really the strategy. This combo is completely fucking broken. It's what I've been saying since the beginning. They shouldn't have been able to beat these. These should have been really, really, really hard. And the Blight Ammy should have been expensive. It was all towers. And then it's hoping you don't get stun immune bosses. I guess you just play the odds. But yeah, now we have a 1v1, my build versus a boss. Here you go. See? When it's all cleaned up because of the stun immune. And I had like 8 stun immune lanes. I had 4 bosses stun immune and we're able to do it. So I'm really happy. It's hard. It's really hard. What would it take to be able to do this without the towers? Yeah, maybe 4 times the damage, and then we're good because of this 200% more life. It just seems to be, maybe it's just double or triple the damage would be enough, because I do have a lot of damage. Like, it's pretty good, but it's clear that, well, we only had to worry about a couple bosses, and that was still really hard. Even the 3 bosses or so, but I can't tank this, probably. I'm not going to test it, because it might screw me up. Oh, it didn't even come. No volatile flame blood. But then we get to loot this together. Let's test my damage on the boss. Oh shit. There it was. I found it. Pretty good. Let's do this and put a corpse and okay, that was flesh offering. Big deeps. We have like 50% increased effective offering with the Divergent. It's so much. It's like 60% attack speed or something. It's like giving 3 eminences. Yep. So yeah, let's loot this together now. Uber Blight completed. So you guys can do this as well. Like I said, if you actually get lucky and you don't get any stun immune, well, it's an automatic victory. Like the towers automatically carry you with this setup and the way I've done it, and this is so insane. But the big warning. Holy shit, did you see that? I just beat the goddamn stun immune. So our build's really cool. AFK, not yet. Is it possible? It definitely seems possible, doesn't it? After what I've shown. So maybe just like a little bit of empowering towers and stun immune around you, and then I could pretty much AFK, as you saw. If we had a little bit more damage and we had decent tower placement at the beginning, and because of the reduced cost, you should be able to build at least 2 or 3 of the areas in the beginning, and you only have to cover like 1 or 2 at the end, depending on how the lanes place and what map you're playing, because different map layouts are easier. There was one, it was Defiled Cathedral. You're inside, so it's just 2 pathways sometimes, and that's really easy when you have towers that completely make it stun immune, you know. I mean, stun, they're permanently stunned. It's so broken, they can't move. And then when they're only in 2 choke points, well, you only have to build towers in 2 spots, and it just kills and stuns everything. And so with the freezing, the reason for it is the piercing freezing, because sometimes the lanes are stun immune, like I showed you. I had like 8 of them. The freezing really helps. I've tested without it, and you lose. You will lose most of the time. I've tested tons of meteors with the burning ground, all this shit, doesn't work. I've tried the scout towers, tons of them, doesn't work. I tried this combination because of the the way I've explained it, though, that the empowering tower is the only way to buff up every tower and then to utilize all the towers, because the lanes are immune to fucking towers. It's the only way. Yeah, you actually have to utilize more than one for this super hard content if you're going to do it with towers. And these are all my recommendations for Uber Blight. I kind of want to run another one with you guys just to test out the RNG. So let's do it. Here we go. Let's see. I was selling them because I don't enjoy them because they're not AFK yet. I'll come back to them when I can AFK. But let's show that other one, Defiled Cathedral. So huge thanks to my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you to Steven C, Hannes, Brandon, George, Rico549, the Chrome Dog, Garbar, Neon, Tradnix, Nicholas, White Wolf, Pascal. And thank you to anyone who joins the Patreon and the YouTube members today. Another one, this one's kind of cool. Like, I'll show you the difference. That was a super open map. I did that on purpose. I literally picked one of the hardest that I could come up with. It's because I don't try to... I knew I could beat it. I've already done them. I've tested this already. It was really good. And it was a hard one. It was good. That was insane, dude. 8 bosses. What the... 8 stun immune. Like, what? I had to fight 4 of them, and we actually melt them. It's great. Jesus. And the damage... Oh, this is without the harpy. I don't have the harpy. This is just the monk. I was doing a test. I have the zombies in the helmet with no spell echo. Because I wanted to put the zombie in the helmet, so I have an extra link, so I have the efficacy support, and I was able to enlighten the pride and determination. I was able to fit vitality, like all this stuff. It's a lot. I'm not going to worry you too much. It's just that my point is that I changed it. I lost Maim, I lost damage, I lost the harpy, and I'm still doing that damage, so that was my point. Not that you should worry about the changes that I've done, just know that it should be less damage, but we're still doing that good. Which is nice. Meaning that maybe the harpy wasn't as good as we thought. Ooh. This is just testing. Don't try this at home. It was just me talking about experimental stuff that I'm doing and not sure about yet. Still testing. Yeah. Okay, so as you can already see, this is ridiculous. So my setup is I like to build the empowering at the back. Because then my OP towers are at the front, which I feel is better. I like the seismic at the front. This is my other strat that I noticed, because then it covers the most effective area. If it's in the back and the power tower, it's like backwards, right? You'd rather it be front loaded. You want them to be stunned, then frozen, then killed. It doesn't matter how fast they get killed. They just need to be stunned as fast as possible. So empowering tower as far, and then the seismic as far as possible, then the freeze behind that. And now we already have the full stunning, and then... Is this in range? Yeah, it is, right? Yeah, it's in range. Cool. Yeah, so this is already done, and then we could get 1 arc. I guess we could just do all of them. Let's do 1 arc. I found 1 scout to actually be really effective for the clear. Like, the arc is really good for clear, but so is the scout, because they shoot AoE blasts at the ground, and they're really fast. And then we can do a meteor here. You see how insane this is already? when I did the other map, all the towers were spread out and it was terrible, and I was getting like 2 or 3 in one Empower, but now I already have 4. I have 5. I have every single tower, and this area is literally, like, how are they going to get through? This permanently stuns everything, this permanently freezes everything, this arcs everything, this scouts everything, and this meteors. So now we can just spam meteors on this side and we're done. But basically, that side's done. Now, this is a weird one. Oh, we got it. Okay. Easy. So we can do Empower into... Oh, wait. Almost griefed it because I was too far. I have to do this fast. So we're... Wait, is that boss stun immune? Oh no, he's dead. We have to kill him. Let's throw down the banner for fun. I'm gonna do a quick empowering into stun here, and then I'm gonna do a freeze here just to make sure I'm safe on this side because I'm scared. So that's already good, and now I can do extra stuff like meteors and scouts and all that stuff. We already have the empowering over here, I believe, right? Yeah, we're good on that, so I can just build extra stuff now so I can do scout. That's good. The other side's already good. We can build an arc, so things that are immune to minion will get damaged by arc. And then we have to build meteors. We need more meteor towers in this area. I have like none, but technically I could just do the damage. It's fine, but I would like it. We don't have a chilling tower here yet. Where the freezing, I mean. Okay, now we're good. And I think we're just good. So then it's just worrying about bosses that come in, and I can pretty much... This was the example now. So if you do better maps, then you can AFK. This is my example. So I could just sit here. On both sides is completely unstoppable. And I can just chill, wait for the timer, and then we can go clean it up. What the hell? AFKing Uber Blight. Now, see the problem, comparing this to T16, I build 2 towers and I go AFK for 5 minutes. This one, I just had to worry about it for 4 minutes, and I still have to worry about stun immune bosses, and this isn't foolproof, and I'm not happy with this overall, but look how insane this is. Like, I'm very happy with it overall, and I'm not happy with it at the same time. Do you understand? It's not foolproof. I need it. Dude, we must do this better. There must be a better way. But it's really cool what I've come up with of how to utilize the towers in the best way to then be able to basically play Blight the best to AFK, still get our AFK in here, and to have our best chances of winning. The boss just died on his own. Did you see that? We didn't touch him. We're just chilling in the middle. Boss on the right, dead. Bosses on the left, already dying, and we're not even there. And that's just pure towers, because we do all of them. It's better than... You can't do one. It's impossible. I tried it. Trust me. Immune lanes, it's really insane. So you have to do the combination. And when you do with the empowering tower, oh my god. So yeah, towers. Yep, this whole thing, towers. Wow. So you guys at home can do Uber Blight as well if you use these strats. Yep. I'm glad I could put this out. Hold up. Oh, that's an easy win, right? Let's go clean this up now. So they're just perma-stunned. There was no stun immune in the whole thing. Except for that one dude who was walking in and we killed him. So, damn dude, so easy. So now you guys can run all your Uber Blights that you get from doing your T14s, T16s. It's just, this is the process. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. It's because it's not the same as T16 Blight, and for the people who like to just AFK and then come back to loot, this is not as chill. This is not until maybe we scale the build up more, and with Mage Blood and the new Ami and the new Squire, maybe it's possible to do this AFK. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go clean it up. That's my damage. On the shit. The random trash. Nice. Oh no. My towers cleaned it up as soon as I got in range. When you're out of range, the towers don't work. You have to be within 2 screens, I believe. Let's get the loot. Spirit Offering 21. Awakened Sexton. Oh, why am I looting it on the... Yeah, true. Lion Pelt. This part I can just show. That's what we got. 2 frigid, 4 frigid. This was shit. Where's the loot? Uber Blight. So yeah, that's fun overall. What is my opinion of these? It's really hard. These are insane. So yeah, the thoughts I want to give at the end are my opinion on it. What do I think of the new aspirational Blight? Because that's the first one I've done. I did it, to be honest, I accidentally did it. I was like, I wonder if I can do this. And then, well, I just started getting into it and I was trying stuff. And, well, yep, it's the Empowering Towers. And my thoughts on it is, this makes sense after you get into it, okay? The concept of using all the towers, yeah. And the lanes being immune to towers, yeah. But it all being based on stun immunity then is, I mean, stun... locking is kind of shit because the lanes can get stun immunity and that sucks, but then I guess that's fine and balanced, and then it's not AFK, and this is pretty good, and then you don't get maximum loot because you have to put weird oils on it to get the costs and the tower damage and all that. You don't need the tower damage, I guess, but it would be harder and it would be longer. These are really cool overall, and it is still aspirational for me. I haven't ruined it for myself. The fact that there are 2 modes for me. There's the tower mode and there's the AFK mode. I see it being somewhat possible, maybe a little bit of towers and a lot of AFK, like 3 minutes of AFK, because we saw with the Defiled Cathedral, that one was generous for us. We were able to do some crazy stuff, and so maybe there's something there that we're able to AFK these, or have a lot of AFK time, mostly AFK, right? It seems doable, and then maybe we can do better oils, and maybe we start using Empowering Towers just in general, because this does seem kind of powerful, right? I kind of like this Empowering Tower. You could even Empowering Tower into the Imbuing Tower, and the Imbuing Tower actually buffs up your minions. So that's pretty cool. You wouldn't... I get, like, the point of this strategy is using all the towers, so that's why you do the Empowering, and then you just build towers in the Empowering, and you can build anything you want. It's kind of fun, and it feels free, but the difference between this and my Scout is the Scout is huge range. It's the range of a Meteor Tower, because of the range upgrades we give it, and we don't need it to do billion damage and be upgraded and all this shit through the Empowering for normal Blight. But I just, I figure, well, if this works for Uber Blight, this is probably really strong for normal Blights. So overall, I'd say that I like it. I like the use of the towers after all, and when I got into it. And I like the concept of the... I changed back to Scouts now, but for normal Blight. But for Uber Blight, I like the concept of Empower Towers. Now I just want to give a final thing on my own build, because people will wonder, because I will leave my current POB, but it's kind of experimental, because I was experimenting with the Vitality and putting the zombie in the helmet. I don't have Maim. It's a pretty weird setup. I have the Enlighten on my Pride and Determination. I had extra mana. I am able to fit a whole Vitality. I'm running the Mana Reserve on Vitality. It's like so different, and it's off of a Mana Reserve helmet that's really expensive, and because I did another craft that I have to explain to people. of how I did it. It might be obvious, but it might not be. It's really insane looking. And then so we made all these changes again, and it's like, okay, the reason I did the vitality, I had 160 regen, and now I'm at 515, especially with the aura effect. Auras are good. I kind of want more auras. Like if we had a grace, we would have a permanent 7,000 evasion rating. So then also part of all these changes, I don't have the harpy, and the main idea is, okay, so the harpy, I need to explain it again for people. Basically, we tested it, and we know that it does the 1 second duration scream, and it does it twice with spell echo, and in 1 second it gets 12 stacks, and in 2 seconds the 2 screams, it gets up to 20, and then the 20 is increased physical damage taken of 60% on the enemy. So like you see how we have 12% on the helmet, it's like having 60, but it takes 2 seconds to stack it, and then it has a 9-second cooldown, which means uptime of 2, downtime of 7. Its damage is basic, and then it has a duration of 1 or 2 seconds on the actual debuff. And so let's say it lasts 3 or 4 seconds with the scream resetting the duration, and then so you would get basically, in my opinion, it's like 25 to 50% of its uptime, 25 to 50% of the power, and I found that the harpy was the same power as 3 frenzy charges or 3 power charges, and I was like, well, I'm not getting consistent 3 power charges with only 1 host chieftain, so I was like, well, and the spell echo doesn't work on the chieftain, so there was anti-synergy, and so then I was like, if I just drop the harpy, we can put the zombie in the helmet, we don't need the spell echo, we drop spell echo as well, our zombie supported by the feeding frenzy without having to be a separate feeding frenzy, so we don't need minions or aggressive in a wand, we save an entire special mod that's like 20x, fuck that shit, feeding frenzy in the helmet, 3 minions, you don't have any other minions that need to be aggressive, these get aggressive off of might because you have your golem build, you can't use it in other builds, we're going to use it here, we're going to use the minions are aggressive for zombies and specters where you don't have the golem jewel, and then zombie in the helmet doesn't have Maim though, so I lost Maim, I lost the harpy, these are my main points, but I gained the 1 host chieftain, which does actually help the power charge consistency, and we've shown already that the power charges are massive damage. You can try it in the POB that I showed today. I'm trying to explain it all. There's going to be the missing harpy damage, and the Maim not going to be enabled, but now we'll have more consistent power charges. So right now I'm 2 Carnage Chieftains, 2 Host Chieftains for people wondering, 2 Monkey, and no Harpy. That's why when people ask me, yo, eat the Harpy, I'm like, ah, shit, man, I'm trying something, which really anybody could try this right now. This doesn't require the change to the mana, the vitality, or anything. This is just the Spectre setup, doing zombie in the 4 link in the helmet instead of the spell echo, and getting rid of the harpy. Testing it, you can try it too if you want, experimental as I'm saying, it's just I have to explain the POB that I'm putting in the description because, well, it would make no sense. It's going to confuse a lot of people, and then I can also redirect people to this video today while I stream for when they ask about the changes. I'll be like, dude, I actually talked about it in the video and went over it and explained the specters and why I changed and what the difference is and and then you can see the POB damage from today and yesterday and what loss of damage it is in POB, but I don't think it's real because the harpy isn't always, and it's inconsistent because it shoots like 1 monster here, 1 monster there, and it may work for a boss for burst, because imagine you kill the boss in 1 to 4 seconds, it would work, but if it's longer than that, it doesn't matter. Let's say you have a 2-minute fight, it's useless because the DPS would be better with just having your power charges and frenzy charges, but the harpy is good for burst, so it's pretty interesting. I think harpy is good for bossing. Yeah, it's very interesting. Great season. But this is my current setup. And overall, Uber Blight's sick. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have success too. Hey, let me know in the comment section below if you guys beat Uber Blight because of this strategy. And let me know how important those freeze bolt towers really were. Yeah, if any of you tried to do just stun immune, hey, just stun towers, hey, let me know. It's hilarious because you really want those freeze bolts. Either way, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in today's stream. Bye!